you try it, Marlena. Turn it down a bit. And slow it, the rate of scan right down, and lower the volume down a bit. But I'm going to boost the sensitivity. See if we can get anything now. When it's going too fast, I find it's too much cluttered. It's hard to concentrate. So we'll see if we can get a voice.
I'm Marlena. What's your name?
Ask it again, Mark.
I'm Marlena. What's your name?
Coast to Coast is on.
That's interesting. Coast to Coast.
Now, the ghost says its name is Art Bell. We'll know we're faking it. Yeah, I just want 1 or 2 photographs, but we'll just do some UPO. Yeah. Speed it up a little bit so we don't get too much of Art Bell or whatever his name is. George. There's a collection of radio bands is what it is. Don't know how this works, but please, if you're there, can you say hello to us, please? Could you say hello, please? We could turn off the lights and sit here in the dark with the night shot on.
Want to?
Ooh. Okay, we're gonna see if we can get anything showing up on the night shot, or at least on this thing. Hello, is anybody there? Can you say hi, please? Ask Marlene.
What year were you born? Were you born in 1968?
There's a woman too, I heard, 68. In here? Hello? Can you say hello, please? Hello? Oh, this guy wastes his money.
Yeah. It looks like it's hard to get something.
Either that or there's no ghost here.
Possible. Is there anybody here beside me and John?
See, normally you would have this plugged into a tape recorder, and it would be recording the sessions, and you listen to the sessions, right? But the young fellow that is letting us test his equipment for him is unable to get this to work. So we're hoping that you can hear it with your naked ear. So far, though, we haven't. I thought I heard a 68, but so far I couldn't say for certain that this equipment is what it's claimed to do.
Yeah.
Which is basically a ghost telephone. Of course, you know, it might be different at the Sepley House, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have to keep on trying it. Once you get it once, then you'll know it works, right? But until then, it's going to be questionable.
Hello, is there anybody here? Can you say yes if you can hear me? Another good thing too, we'll turn it off for now, folks, because it's very distracting. But another thing that we can do is, because we are taping at the same time, is that the tape recorder itself acts as an EVP recorder.
Sure. Yeah.
So if we don't get anything on here that we can actually hear with our ear, it still may pick up with a tape recorder.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is what the basic of EVP is all about anyways, is it really isn't about hearing something in the white noise band with your ears, it's about picking it up with a tape recorder. So it might be that we are picking up voices, absolutely, but we can't pick them out.
Right.
But
It's possible.
which is, you know, when we do EVP all the time, Marlena and I and the rest of the gang, we're not expecting to hear people actually speaking to us when we're saying this. I mean, if they did, woohoo.
Mm-hmm.
But we're hoping for something on the tape recorder when we're finished. You know, we'll spend 30 minutes at a shot collecting EVP and then listening to it, and it's very discouraging when you don't get voices. But we never expect to hear them while we're talking. So this thing might work the same way. It does very little when you're actually listening, but if you're actually recording it onto a tape, or in this case with the night shot camera, that maybe where the voices will come up is on that. But it's very expensive. I'd love to have one myself, you know, for our group, that's ours, but it's an expense that, you know, before I ever twisted Marlena's arm into getting us one, we'd have to find out for sure that it really did work. So it's not what you're going to take out on your average ghost hunter is not going to be taking this out for sure.
Mm.
Although a guy by himself bought it.
Yeah. Well, I guess he was just fascinated by it.
Yeah.
So.
Now, there's actually kind of an interesting thing about that. We've just met him, and yesterday, and he left it with me, like just like that, and I thought about it afterwards. Maybe he was too spooked by it,
Possible.
you know. So I should give it to Marlena to take home with her,
Ah!
and I will too. I don't have a tape recorder, right? So I might just do that. Let you take it home with you.
Yeah.
So this is the ghost box. It's not a Frank's box. Frank's box is a pretty good little thing. It's a way smaller than this, Marlene. It's the size of a transistor radio. And I'm not doing a product promotion, but if I were to if somebody really wanted one of these things, you could either get a Frank's box, or you could spend $300 on this thing, which is a well-made machine, I might add, or you could get yourself a tape recorder and 2 speakers and a tape and a transistor radio, which is actually a case of a Sony disc, and the tape recorder was Marlena's camera, but you get the picture. 2 speakers, a tape recorder, and a transistor radio. You plug in the speakers to the transistor radio. You plug in the tape recorder to the transistor radio. You turn the transistor radio on. It doesn't really matter, an AM field or an FM field. You turn the dial over to it's on a non-station or partially on a station, so you get that like nighttime radio sound where you've got a lot of radio frequencies coming in, and then you'd ask your question, because basically that's what this is, only this is $300 more. But you can easily build a ghost box. The nice things about professional ghost boxes is that the Frank's box, for example, has an echo chamber in it, which amplifies the sound, which is kind of a nice touch. And from what I've seen at the EVP collected, they look pretty good. I don't know if they're legitimate, but they look pretty